Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. So today's mission is going to be getting rid of this fucked up situation of an intercooler, whatever we have here. So first steps first, we're gonna take out this entire thing, measure up everything, and start ordering new pipes, new silicone connectors, new everything to fit this intercooler. Probably gonna make new brackets for this intercooler as well because it doesn't sit right. So I'll take you guys with me. First steps first, we're gonna get out all the piping that's currently on the car. Alright, so I took apart the intercooler, and as you can see, I don't particularly like what I'm seeing. So now, for a while now, I've been thinking of going up to a front mount intercooler, but I kind of gave up on that. Because originally when I was looking through here, I've concluded that there's no actual way to route piping through this hole, and I don't particularly want to move my fog lamps either. But now I'm considering this thing again, because honestly the hole's not that small, and if I can get this part, like this little tab, I can cut off that. I don't particularly care about this tab, so if I can cut that off, bring one of the pipes through here and one of the pipes through here between the headlamp, then I think this could work. And actually we could go up to a much bigger core than what we have at the moment. So right now I'm going to start measuring it with some of these pipes, try to see if it would fit through here and see what I would need to make this into a reality. That would leave this space completely empty in front of the wheel, and later down the road I could use this space for an oil cooler. I would only have to void the piping that I make here. If I can route the piping in a way that this gets connected to the bottom and this part gets immediately hooked up into the starch pipe, then I think this could work fine. So I'm gonna start measuring now and see if I can make this into something reasonable. So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna measure out everything. So this is 34 centimeters, about 11 centimeters. The pipe itself, about 12, I would say. And the pipe, which is a hard plastic pipe, begins at roughly 5 centimeters from there. Actually use that. Always fucking starts raining when I need it. How much is that? 60? 66.9. So almost 67. Actually it may be 67. Blah blah blah, boring measuring, who cares? Point is, here's what you will need to make a no-cut front mount intercooler on a S14 S chassis. Please do bear in mind that you will still need to make custom brackets, which I will show later on this video. Also, don't go up to a bigger core because you're not going to be able to fit your piping into that hole. I bit the bullet. I ordered the intercooler parts, so let's wait until they show up and try to make a front mount where it's not supposed to be. The parts have arrived from TurboWorks, so I've started unpacking it and I've started looking at it. So now it's going to be time to test fit it onto the car. Hopefully everything's okay and I calculated everything correct. Maybe not. We'll see. Car's up in the air, so I'm going to start building out the piping from this part downwards and start building it out towards the front, because that's how I originally counted it out. So I think that's the best way to go about it. And basically we're gonna wait with the intercooler, and the intercooler is going to be the last final part of the puzzle, because we will need to build some custom bracketing over here. By custom I mean we need to space these things out, and now I plan to mount the intercooler behind these bars. So to do that, we're gonna have to space these bars. They are like bolted on at the bottom, so we're gonna have to space it out on the bottom. The top part should fit no problem, and make some sort of custom bracket to the back side of it, which is actually gonna hold the intercooler. So let's start building out the piping, which I have over here. I'm gonna start building it, and once I see that the piping's correct, that's when I'm gonna start actually doing stuff with the intercooler. I managed to wrap the upper piping in, so the upper piping is already kind of in its place. The lower piping also fits, so I already tried it in there to the lower side. Now I have an issue of so I loosened up these radiator supports. You can see that they are like flexing now. Now the issue is that I was originally going to fit the intercooler from the underside, but the middle one, because of this like brace thing that's in here, flexes much less. So there's not enough flex in this middle one. Maybe if I take off these screws in here, there's not enough flex in that to actually put in the intercooler. Since I haven't shown you that, here's our new core. I'm gonna unpack it in a bit. I've decided that the easiest way to fit it in, since these are now loose, is I'm just gonna try to like fit it in through this hole. Hopefully it's gonna go in easily, and then we can try to bolt up all of the pipes and stuff to it. Hello people. So the intercooler's in its place. There's no brackets, nothing's holding it. It's just laying on the crash support or whatever this is. The way to actually put it in was through the bottom. If you can see, I put some zip ties on these bars to keep them out of place, so bring them forward, and then I had enough space to actually fit it in. This thing was the only problem. As you can see, I bent it the fuck out of the way because it was annoying me, so I just put that out of the way, and now it's in. So now it's time to actually like final test fit the pipes, then the piping, to see if it's correct, and then we can start building some sort of custom bracket to hold this intercooler. So guys, all the pipes are kind of in, except we have an issue down here. I don't know if you can see, but the pipe is not long enough to fit into that. So unfortunately for me, I'm gonna have to use like a little bit of a botched thing and use this pipe, which was already inside of the intercooler before I took it off. So now I'm gonna cut a part of this out. I'm gonna measure how big I need to cut, but I'm gonna cut a part of this, and later next week I'm gonna buy an aluminum pipe to replace whatever bullshit I make now. Also, slight bit of an oopsie, but I bought a ton of these like, I don't know what they're called. What is this? Anyway, I bought a ton of these, but I bought the wrong size. These are one too small to fit, so I'm gonna have to either return those, or I mean, they were like 10 euros altogether, so maybe I'll just keep them and don't care. But I had to use these like shitty ones, which I just had laying around. So that's also something I need to buy when I buy that pipe. I'm gonna have to buy proper like thingy things to put the thingy thing on the thingy thing. Also, yeah, there's one more thing that had to be trimmed to fit the intercooler, and that's this tab thing on the headlight. So almost a no cut thing, but unfortunately for me, I did have to like trim this part down a little bit. And then once the intake system is closed, that's when I'm gonna move on to actually bracketing stuff. We're gonna have to make a spacer that is like, I don't know, 3-4 centimeters. And then I'm gonna have to bend these ones which are holding the headlight. I'm gonna bend those in, so the headlights still are gonna be in the correct like position in terms of, you know, like this. So yep, let's do that, and let's do the pipe, and let's do this. Did what I said I would, and I cut the pipe shorter, and now it fits perfectly. So the intake system is I think technically it's closed at this point, so yeah, just the vacuum lines are not on yet. And on the top edge, we're gonna make probably something custom to this and to this hole, and that's gonna be what's holding the intercooler. Honestly, it's in there very fucking firmly anyway, so I'm not too worried about it, but still it's better to make something. So okay, it's now the next day or the day after that. I'm not sure when I made the last like video, but here we have the spacer completed. So this from the inside is made from like a, I will show you how it looks from the inside in a second, but the point is this is gonna go between this like thing and the crash structure itself, and it's gonna space out this part exactly 31 millimeters, which is gonna give us enough space to fit the intercooler without it scraping at the bottom, as you can see right there. So let's put this in. This is what we look like from the inside. So it's got this like honeycomb structure on the inside to distribute the load. So I think this will carry the load just fine, and we don't need to worry about this. Okay, this was a pain in my assholes to make this thing work, but I've managed to make a top like little brackets to hold the intercooler. I don't know how much you can see out of it, but basically it's two pieces of metal. So it's two pieces of, there's a piece here and a upper piece here, and then there's like two connections welded onto it which hold the two brackets together. It's pretty fucking solid. Like, this is not fucking moving anywhere. On the bottom I'm not gonna have brackets because we're already like tightening with these things. We're already like gonna have a little bit of tension there, or holding. Probably I'm gonna put a piece of foam in there just so that there's no way it can damage the like intercooler itself, and then that's gonna be it. We're gonna button everything up, and hopefully everything's gonna work without no leaks. Okay, so this was not an easy task, but it's done now. One thing I would modify at this point is this bottom pipe, this one, the metal one, I would get in a 63-degree angle. Mine is a 45, and the 45 is not enough in terms of like turn-in, so that here there's no stretch on the pipe itself. So I suggest you get a 63 degrees so that it's like more aggressive bend to the intercooler. But it's time to clean up all this mess, whatever's here, and take the car for the test drive. Okay, so far so good. Uh-oh, I think I forgot to plug one of the... Yup. Fuck me, I forgot to plug one of the things in the turn. Oh shit. But I know I actually unplugged the right one, so maybe that's the one that needs to be plugged back in. Alright. Let's wash the car. What do all those people fuck about with anyway? Let's see if the turn signal is fixed, because I just plugged it back in. Oh yeah, it's fixed. All right. Yeah, it's got more of a get up and go. Like, I can feel it. We were definitely leaking before. Funny how it did the whole event with a leaky intercooler then. this car. It's such a nice car to drive. Been a couple of more days, and now we have the final piece that is supposed to go into the system here. So now I'm gonna put this new aluminum pipe instead of this bullshit pipe that I cut shorter, and that's gonna be the end of the intercooler story. But I already did try out the car with the new intercooler setup, and I have to say, like, it is phenomenal. I feel like there's a little bit more lag, probably due to the size of the cooler, because it's a lot larger than the previous core, and I guess the piping's longer too. But honestly, the car feels very good to drive. I feel like we unlocked another 10-15 horsepower. Probably the previous setup was leaking a bunch of air, so this has been a great success, and see you guys in the next video.